Hello students, we are dealing with Unit 2 Inverse Laplace Transform of our M3 syllabus. It's not Unit 1, it's Unit 2. Here methods of finding inverse Laplace transform is the most important point from this unit. Out of 6 to 7 methods to find the inverse Laplace transform, today we are going to deal with the first method, that is use of standard results. These standard results are nothing but the Laplace transform results of some standard functions which you have already used in unit number 1 Laplace transform. The question will be like this: find the inverse Laplace transform of the following functions. The first example, 3 plus 2s plus s square whole divided by s cube. So the solution using the method of standard results to find the inverse Laplace transform is, first step is, first you have to consider the given function of s as f bar of s. So the first step of the solution is, here f bar of s is equal to 3 plus 2s plus s square upon s cube. Now here numerator contains 3 terms connected by plus sign and denominator contains only one term. So we can separate the denominator for all the 3 terms in the numerator. So we can write this f bar of s as 3 upon s cube plus 2s upon s cube plus s square upon s cube. So what we have done here? Here we have just separated the denominator for each and every term in the numerator, and surely the denominator will be the same, that is s cube. Now we can simplify this further, so it becomes f bar of s is equal to 3 upon s cube plus, in the second term 1s is there in the numerator, so it get cancelled with one of the s in the denominator and it becomes 2 upon s square. In the third term, numerator is having s square and denominator is having s cube, so the simplified form is 1 upon s. Now this is the most simplified form of f bar of s. Now we have to take inverse Laplace transform on both the side of this f bar of s. By linearity property of inverse Laplace transform, we can write L inverse sign, that is inverse Laplace transform sign, to each and every term separately. So it becomes L inverse of 3 upon s cube plus L inverse of 2 upon s square plus L inverse of 1 upon s. Now 3, 2, 1, these are the constant multipliers and we can take them out of the L inverse operator as the same we have done in Laplace transform unit 1. So here the step simplified is 3 into L inverse of 1 upon s cube plus 2 into L inverse of 1 upon s square plus L inverse of 1 upon s. Now our aim is to just find L inverse of these 3 terms of s and to write the final answer. Now see, here the terms in the curly bracket involving s are in the form of 1 upon s raised to n, where n is a positive integer. So here we have to use the result of inverse Laplace transform for 1 upon s raised to n. The result is L inverse of 1 upon s raised to n is equal to t raised to n minus 1 divided by n minus 1 bracket factorial. And the last term in the latest step is L inverse of 1 upon s. It is nothing but one of the standard results and its answer is 1. So using these two results we are going to find L inverse of the given f bar of s. Now for the first term, 3 is a multiplier, it will remain as it is. L inverse of 1 upon s cube compare it with L inverse of 1 upon S raised to n, you will get n equal to 3. Put n equal to 3 in the result of L inverse of 1 upon S. So it becomes t raised to n minus 1 means t raised to 3 minus 1 divided by n minus 1 factorial means 3 minus 1 bracket factorial plus 2 times. Now for the second term n is equal to 2. So it becomes t raised to 2 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1 bracket factorial. And the last term is nothing but the one of the standard results and it is equal to 1. So it is only plus 1. Now you have obtained the functions in terms of t and L inverse sign is now removed as we have applied the result. So we have to just simplify the RHS t terms. So it becomes 3 into t square by 2 factorial plus 2 into t upon 1 factorial and plus 1 as it is. 2 factorial is 2 and 1 factorial is 1. So it becomes 3 t square by 2 plus 2 into t by 1 plus 1. And finally the answer is 3 by 2 t square plus 2t plus 1. So this is the required f of t whose f bar of s is given to us. So in this way we have to solve the examples to find the inverse Laplace transform where we can use the method of standard results. Now one more example. 2s plus 3 upon s square plus 9. Now this is our f bar of s. Numerator is containing 2 terms connected by plus sign. Denominator is also containing 2 terms connected by plus sign. But see, when we are going to separate the terms, we can split the terms in the numerator only and not in the denominator. So we have to take all the terms in the denominator collectively to each and every term in the numerator. So now we will see the solution. Here f bar of s is equal to 2s plus 3 upon s square plus 9. This is our first step. Now we can write it as 2 out of the bracket as it is a constant multiplier. So it is 2 into bracket s upon s square plus 9 plus 3 into 1 upon s square plus 9. 3 is also acting as a constant multiplier. Now we have to take inverse Laplace transform on both the side of this f bar of s. Using linearity property of inverse Laplace transform, we can write the RHS as 2 into L inverse of s upon s square plus 9 plus 3 into L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 9. Now this is the most simplified form and here we have to use the standard results to find the inverse Laplace transform. Now here the first term is s upon s square plus 9. 9 can be written as 3 square. So the first term is similar to the term s upon s square plus a square, which is nothing but the Laplace transform of cos at. And the second term is similar to the term 1 upon s square plus a square, which is nothing but the Laplace transform of 1 upon a sin at. So here we have to use L inverse of s upon s square plus a square, which is nothing but cos at for the first term, and L inverse of 1 upon s square plus a square equal to 1 upon a sin at for the second term. So using these results and for a equal to 3, we get L inverse f bar of s is equal to 2 cos 3t plus 3 into 1 upon a becomes 1 by 3 sin 3t. On simplification we get it as 2 cos 3t plus sin 3t. So this is our required answer, which is nothing but function of t whose Laplace transform is the given f bar of s. One more example. 1 upon 4s plus 5. Now see here, in the last lecture I have given standard results for inverse Laplace transform. In every result, S term, whether it is linear or quadratic, it is having coefficient as only 1. So if the coefficient of S in the given f bar of S is not 1, then your first step should be to make it 1 by dividing by that coefficient. The same method now we are going to apply to solve this example number 3. So first, f bar of S is equal to 1 upon 4s plus 5. Here the coefficient of S is 4 and we have to make it 1. So we have to divide the denominator all terms by 4, or we can say we have to take 4 common from every term in the denominator of this f bar of S. So it becomes 1 upon 4 into bracket S plus 5 by 4, which we can write 1 upon 4 into bracket 1 upon S plus 5 by 4. Now we have made the coefficient of S as 1, and now we can compare this curly bracket term with the standard results we are having for the inverse Laplace transform. So this is similar to 1 upon S plus A. Okay, we will see it further. Now first we have to take inverse Laplace transform on both the side of this f bar of S. So it is L inverse of f bar of S is equal to L inverse of 1 by 4 1 upon S plus 5 by 4. Now 1 by 4 is a constant multiplier, so we have to take it out of the L inverse operator. So it is 1 by 4 L inverse of 1 upon S plus 5 by 4. Now the term inside the curly bracket is similar to the term 1 upon S plus A. So we have to use L inverse result of 1 upon S plus A, which is nothing but e raised to minus at, as L of e raised to minus at is 1 upon S plus A. So using this result, we get L inverse of f bar of S is equal to 1 by 4 e raised to minus 5 by 4 t, as A is here 5 by 4. So this is the answer. This is the function of t whose Laplace transform is 1 upon 4s plus 5. One more example. 4s plus 15 divided by 16s square minus 25. Again here the coefficient of s term in the denominator is not 1. So first we have to make it 1 by taking 16 common from all the terms in the denominator. So here f bar of S, we have to assign the given function of S as f bar of S. Then we have to take 16 common from the denominator all terms to make the coefficient of S term, S square term as 1. So it is 4s plus 15 divided by 16 into bracket S square minus 25 by 16. Now we have to separate the terms in the numerator with the same term in the denominator. So it is 4 by 16 S upon S square minus 25 by 16, but 25 by 16 is nothing but 5 by 4 square. So here it is written as 5 by 4 square, plus the second term in the numerator is not having any S term, it is just 15. 15 upon denominator 16 will be there as it is. So 15 by 16 into bracket 1 upon S square minus 5 by 4 square. Simplifying this one, we get 4 by 16 means 1 by 4, S upon S square minus 5 by 4 square, plus 15 by 16 cannot be simplified, so it remains as it is, and 1 upon S square minus 5 by 4 bracket square. So just like in second example, we are having here the terms which are similar to S upon S square minus A square and 1 upon S square minus A square. So we have to use their results. Now first we have to take L inverse on both the side of this simplified f bar of S. Then using the standard result for L inverse of s upon a square minus a square as cos hyperbolic at and L inverse of 1 upon a square minus a square as 1 upon a sin hyperbolic at, we get the answer as 1 by 4 the constant multiplier as it is. Now L inverse of s upon a square minus 5 by 4 square, here a equal to 5 by 4, so it becomes cos hyperbolic 5 by 4t plus 15 by 16 into 1 upon a means 1 upon 5 by 4 sin hyperbolic of 5 by 4t. There will be no change in the first term. 1 by 4 cos hyperbolic 5t by 4 plus 5 3s are 15 and 4 4s are 16. So it becomes 3 by 4 sin hyperbolic 5t by 4. So this is our required f of t whose Laplace transform is given to us. Now using the method mentioned here in these 4 examples, referring these 4 solutions, you can solve some more examples. So here I am going to give you some examples for practice. See, the question should be not find the Laplace transform, but it should be find the inverse Laplace transform. 1 upon 4s minus 5, we have solved 1 upon 4s plus 5. So only the change in sign. 3s plus 5 upon 9s square minus 25. For this you have to refer example number 4. S plus 3 upon s square plus 4, you have to refer example number 2. And s square minus 1 bracket square upon s raised to 5. Here first you have to simplify numerator using a minus b bracket square expansion formula, and then refer solution of example 1. You will get the answer for example number 4. So in this way you have to solve these 4 examples to find inverse Laplace transform. Okay, in the next lecture we will see one more method to find the inverse Laplace transform of the given functions. Thank you.